This is the final blunders for 2018. It's been a difficult year. Sure, it's been a difficult year. And chief amongst our problems have been this guy. Yep, that's right. President Trade War, Donald Trump. The way he looks at it, he is making America great again. But from out here, it looks well, it's a bit more like make America weak for the first time in 150 years. Yep. What would that the acronym be for that? MAWFFT 150. You get my point. Every time he tweets, Wall Street S&Ps itself. And here on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, well, the all-share index all falls down again. That's how it works. Meanwhile, the man is basically fighting with every traditional ally of the United States that there has ever been. He's fighting with the United Nations. He's fighting with NATO. He's fighting with Germany, with France. He's fighting with China, of course. That's the focus of most of his activities. He's even fighting with traditional enemies in a way that has not been seen since. The only country in the world which has better relations now with the United States of America than when Trump arrived in the job is Russia. Exactly, Russia.
What?
So, President Trade War, Mr. Tariff Man as he calls himself, literally no one else in the world thinks this is a good idea. Well, maybe Larry Kudlow. No, not even Larry Kudlow thinks it's a good idea. Trump basically is running this thing for Sholo and believes that he is making America great again by having these trade wars when basically everybody with any kind of economic sense will tell you that tariffs are the same as taxes. Taxes, that is, on American consumers. And you know what? 2019, this is going to get worse, not better. Why? Because now the Democrats are in the House and, you know, this Mueller investigation is tightening. But of course the man has inexhaustible levels of self-belief. But remember what? This is the blunders, people. And our friend Donald here is the source of the most numerous clangers week in and week out. So my God, we love you, Donald. Keep up the good work. Number 2 on the list for the blunders of 2018 has got to be the British Brexit process.
Of course.
Now let's understand what happened here. Some time ago, they voted to leave. They triggered what is called Article 50. That's where you announce that you're going to leave. That gives you 2 years, 24 months to sort out the details. And then you take your leave from that important club. How many months have passed now? 21, leaving us with just 3. How much consensus and conclusions have been arrived at? 0. We have a deal on the table which was sort of negotiated by the British negotiators and the EU 27 countries arrived at and confirmed unanimously. That can't be passed by the British Parliament. Oh no, it's impossible. They keep yelling about how Theresa May must negotiate a better deal. Listen, comrades, there is no better deal to be done. This is the only one on the table. It's either this or at the end of the 24-month period, which is the 29th of March 2019, you leave without a deal, which is the so-called hard Brexit option, where all sorts of terrible things happen. So you can be sure that nothing will happen between now and halfway through March, at which point these idiots will realize it's this deal, the only deal that's on the table, or no deal. It's over. O-V-E-R. And by the way, if you listen to any of the major European nation capitals and heads of state, the acronym which comes to mind is GTFO. They are finished, tired with the British. Do you know what GTFO stands for? Get the fuck out. Look, here in South Africa, we also had a blunder-strewn 2018. Well, look, you know, the new president, Cyril Ramaphosa, is definitely better than his predecessor. Not that that was hard. Not that that was hard. The predecessor was quite possibly the worst person ever elected to a non-joke country. Actually elected. We picked that guy. We picked him in an open, free and fair election. Still astonishes me. Here locally, of course, the most pressing problem is our national electricity utility, Eskom. That gravy train masquerading as a power utility. That financial Titanic masquerading as a state-owned enterprise. Yes, its debts are ballooning. Meanwhile, it is basically unable to provide electricity to the nation in the middle of summer. Where are we going to be by midwinter next year when electricity demand rises? One can only imagine. Those expensive new power stations, they don't work. They cost far too much, of course, because the deployed cadres that were left to run the utility made off with all the extra money. There is no coal, or it's wet, or it's still in the ground or something. So yes, it's going to be carols by candlelight this Christmas. Number 4, Khashoggi. Yes, this unfortunate man. Basically captured, cut up by agents acting on behalf of the Saudi state under the command of Mohammed bin Salman, aka MBS, aka Mr. Bonesaw. Exactly, Mr. Bonesaw. Ugh, that is ugly. And in case you thought that this act of international terrorism might result in Saudi Arabia being ostracized in the world community, take a look at the response, the welcome that MBS enjoyed when he arrived at the G20 meeting in Argentina recently. That's him being welcomed by Vladimir Putin. Gotta love it. Birds of a feather, right? Wow. Wow, but negative here, huh? Look, I don't want to finish the year on a bad note, so here's a bonus story. Yeah. There were some good things that happened. What about Harry met Sally? No, that's not right. Harry married Meghan. Yeah, that was a highlight. Plus, what about this guy? This is back in May. Remember him? He was the Spider-Man from Paris. Look at him there, doing a great deed. That 5-year-old is basically hanging on by their fingernails on the 5th floor. And look at that. He scales floor after floor and rescues the baby. Huh? Fantastic. All well. Awesome. See you in 2019.